In this video, I'm talking about getting your financial affairs in order. Hey everybody, it's Matthew Jackson here from 401k Maneuver. We provide online professional account management for your 401k with the goal of supercharging its performance. So stop leaving money on the table each and every year in the form of lost returns. Let us help you. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and the links to everything that we mentioned in this video you can find in the description box below. So let's get started. Getting your affairs in order means all the pertinent information about yourself, your medical history, and your finances is documented and organized. Should the unthinkable happen and you pass away before it's expected, this will save your family from even more stress in the aftermath of your death. Now, we've all heard horror stories of individuals who lost a spouse and were completely overwhelmed by their finances. If their spouse had their affairs in order, it would have made it easier to navigate this difficult season and better understand where that person stood financially. Additionally, getting your affairs in order may help if you suffer a serious medical emergency, such as a stroke requiring long-term care, which leaves you incapable of making decisions or paying bills. It's important to understand that having your affairs in order doesn't just benefit your family members, it will help you as well should you need to prove who you are and what you own. So, use the following checklist to get your personal affairs in order. First, let's talk about your personal documents. Most importantly, your medical history. Keep an updated record of your medical history, including doctors and contact information, surgeries, hospitalizations, medications, and medical insurance. What about durable healthcare power of attorney? Now, this is a document granting power to someone you choose to make decisions for you should you become incapacitated to do so, such as suffering from a traumatic brain injury or dementia. What about authorization to release health care information, or our HIPAA information? This document allows medical professionals to discuss your medical information with authorized individuals. Don't forget marriage and divorce papers. These certificates are required for accessing many things, including bank accounts, Social Security, benefits, and more. How about living will or trusts? Well, according to the Weil Institute, a living will is a written explanation of the type of care you would like should you be unable to communicate at the time of illness. Specifically, this document addresses the use of artificial life support, mechanical ventilators, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, feeding tubes, pain medication, etc. It's important to note, if you choose to refuse life support, this does not mean you refuse all care. You can request specific life support measures, comfort care, and pain medication. Let's talk about the Do-Not-Resuscitate order. If you do not wish to have CPR, if your heart stops, or if you stop breathing, you can use an advance directive form. You can also tell your doctor that you don't want to be resuscitated, and your doctor will note DNR on your medical chart. How about wills? Well, according to the Gallup poll, less than half of the U.S. adults, 46%, have a will that describes how they would like their money and estate to be handled after their death. If you pass away and do not have a will, your money and estate may be tied up in courts for years, with the state deciding where your assets actually go. So don't let this happen to your family. Let's talk about your final wishes. Making a note of the type of funeral you would like to have with any special requests, such as songs or readings, to ease the planning process for your loved ones. Don't forget contact information. Document contact information for your attorney and CPA. These individuals may be able to help your family navigate tricky financial situations. Hey, if you're still watching, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the little bell on the right to receive notifications of our next freshly posted content. Let's move on and talk about proof of ownership documents. To protect your assets, you need to maintain proof of ownership and make sure loved ones have access to the info. Use this property list to guide you as you get your affairs in order. So here's what you need: real estate deeds, loan documents, vehicle titles, farm equipment titles, cemetery deed, partnership, and corporate agreements. Don't forget that one. Keep copies of ownership documents with the rest of your essential documents. Let's move on and talk about financial documents like your tax returns. Deceased individuals may still be audited for more than 3 years after death. Therefore, it's vital to hold on to tax returns. Experts suggest keeping up with tax records for 7 years to be safe. What about safe deposit boxes and keys? We recommend you make a note of where safe deposit boxes can be located and where they can find the key. For a family member or a trusted friend to gain access to the safety deposit box, you may have to designate this individual with your bank. Clarify with the bank when you set up your safety deposit box. Don't forget life insurance policies. Include a copy of your life insurance policy and the policy number and your agent's contact information. And there's those annuity contracts. Annuity contracts differentiate between one individual contract and the next. Some annuity contracts cease payment upon the owner's death, but others stipulate payments may be paid to the spouse or beneficiary. Now let's talk about investment accounts and statements. Include all investment income, stocks, bonds, property, and financial advisors' names and phone numbers. It's wise to keep a copy of one of your statements with this information. Now we're going to talk about IRAs, 401ks, and pension accounts. You want to provide information about all sources of income, like your pension from your employer, your IRAs, your 401ks, pension, etc. Don't forget this. Hey Matt, what about my mortgage document? Well, make sure you include your mortgage document because it explains your mortgage, how much is owed, when it's paid, and to whom. And then there's the long-term care policy. A long-term care insurance policy covers the cost of care due to chronic illness, disability, or injury. Should you need long-term care, your loved ones will need to know your policy information. So let's talk about how to store important documents. It isn't enough to pull together the info above only to store it somewhere where no one can find it, or worse, where it can be damaged or destroyed. Many people opt for a firebox or locked filing cabinet. In addition to storing the physical copies, it's wise to consider uploading the documents to the cloud storage. Then, it is pertinent that you provide access to a trusted loved one. For example, tell your son where the firebox key is located, or send an email with instructions for gaining access to the materials stored in the cloud. And finally, don't mistakenly think getting your affairs in order is a one-and-done activity. You will need to regularly update this information, document collection as needs change. That's it for today, everybody. If you found this video helpful, please share it with the people that you love, trust, and respect. And make sure you check back for our regularly posted financial information and updates.